old were you when you first came out?
I was around 18 when I first came out to myself. I had gone to camp for many years, and I have a very distinct memory of this one counselor. It was my first year on staff. Her name was Joy, and I thought she was beautiful. I remember we had like family groups. Every like staff had to have another staff member that they were like a family with all the kids. And the first staff training, we had to get in pairs. We just had to pick. And I looked over and I was like, oh God, I hope she picks me. And she walked right up and she said, will you be my wife? And I said, okay. And I was all of 17, I think at that point, or 18. And I had never felt that way about a woman before. She, I think, was like 20, 21. Totally clueless. I remember I learned how to knit that summer because it meant that she had to show me, and she had to get really close to me to show me how to do that. And I was like, this is really great. Let's keep doing this. But I had never felt that way before. And I was older, so I think for me it was hard because I thought that I needed to always feel gay. And it felt weird to be coming out when I was older, because all the stories I heard is like, you know, you always know you're born that way. And I guess when I was young, I really liked boys a lot. I had boys plastered all over my walls. Jonathan Taylor Thomas and all those guys. So when I went, it was right before I went to college, and that sort of helped because it was a small university. And I walked down into our cafeteria one day and I had like an Indigo Girls shirt on. And if you don't know the Indigo Girls, like, they're two lesbians with guitars that have like a huge gay following. And I was like, I just like their music, la la la. And the leader of the LGBTQ group was like, you, Indigo Girl shirt, over here. And I remember being this like scared 18-year-old being like, okay. And they got me into the group, and that really helped me kind of progress, I guess, in terms of figuring out you can be gay and not have felt super gay right away. Like, it's a spectrum, and you kind of can move through that throughout your life.
Who was your first... Wait, I don't know if that's personal.
We can add it later. The first relationship I had with a girl was... Hold on a minute, let me think. Not my freshman year of college. Right? I think I was 19. It was either 19 or 20. Oh no, it was my freshman year. Oh God, I was terrified. She asked me out after like some feminist group meeting, and she like jokingly was like, yeah, we should hang out sometime. We should go get a drink together or something. And I was like, ha ha ha, that's so funny, because all of our friends were saying like they're going out with their boyfriends and blah 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 blah. And she was single and I was single, and then she was like, no, really, let's go out. I remember being like, oh my god, okay. Didn't last very long. It was definitely not the right fit. But yeah, so it was definitely, I was 18. I think what I noticed for my coming out for me was never something that was scary, and I think I'm very aware of the fact that I grew up in a family that was very open. We had lots of, like, my mom had friends who were gay, and as a kid I was around a lot of gay, queer, trans people, and I didn't even like have the words to really put to their relationship. I was like, I know they're both ladies and they're in a relationship. And I knew the term lesbian, but I like never put the two together for a really long time. My brain fascinates me. Like, I could somehow know that they were like they're together and know that there's a word that describes that, and yet never really connect the two. So I think in many regards, coming out for me was, I came out into a community of support. I was away from home, but I was like at college. There were all these people I could connect with, and I felt really lucky as a result.
What advice would you give to a younger gay that's just coming out, just figuring out he's gay, or she?
Yeah. What advice would I give to someone just coming out? I think I'm always really anxious about who I give advice to, because like I said, I was able to come out to a community of support. So if you are worried that you're going to have to come out where there's lots of hatred around that identity, you know, I would still want you to do it, and I want you to know that it gets better and that there are communities out there that will accept you. But I always hesitate from getting too telling you what to do because I haven't walked that walk. I'm very aware that I have not been in those shoes. And in terms of other advice, I think I would also say is you can come out as gay even if you think, like, you don't have to have felt that way from birth necessarily. Like, remember that your orientation is a spectrum, and a lot of us kind of move back and forth across that spectrum throughout our lives. Are we good? We're good.